So this video is a response to a comment from a few weeks ago. I don't remember your name. I didn't respond to it because I planned on making this video earlier, and I'm going to also upload this video to my training channel, which I just saw broke 100 subscribers. Um, I don't know. I'm going to try to put some more effort into that. But somebody asked how I built my shoulders. Let me start by saying I have not been natural for the past like 10, 11 months. I started around like November, December of last year on a very, very low dose of testosterone. And then like 4 or 5 months after that, an even lower dose of nandrolone decanoate, aka DECA. So, full disclosure, I'm an honest guy. There's that. That being said, um, another thing, full disclosure, I'm pretty sure I have really good genetics. I've always been an athlete. Um, and you find like with people that are athletic, usually they tend to and like my bone structure is kind of like I have wide shoulders and stuff like that, and like my bone structure kind of supports a decent amount of muscle. And you find that a lot of people who are athletic, they're able to put on muscle a little bit easier than the average person. So there's also that. That being said, I've never really done anything from at least where my head's at. I'm not really coming from the bodybuilding perspective. Um, basically overhead presses and lateral raises. I started doing the traditional kind of 8 to 12 hypertrophy slash muscle building rep range. I went and then I kind of was working a program to kind of teach myself a little bit where the reps got a little bit lower. The overhead presses got a little bit heavier for lower reps, like 3 to 6 reps, 4 to 8 reps, kind of deal. And the lateral raises were still a little bit higher. It's kind of uncommon to see people do lateral raises with heavier weight for low reps. But and more recently, the past couple months, I've been dealing with this weird injury in my right shoulder that's caused, it doesn't really stop me from doing a whole lot, but it causes pain when I do certain things. And this has kind of caused me to lighten the weight and go for higher reps. Sometimes, like, there have been a couple days here and there where I've tried to really push it on the overhead presses and go a little heavy, but those days are few and far between. It's been a lot of like 15 reps and above. The other day I did a superset where I did 12 to 14 butterfly lateral raises where you come all the way up here, and then I did like 10 to 14 really light shoulder presses like immediately after that. So it was like basically a 25 rep set for shoulders. So yeah, lately I've been going a little bit higher on the reps for shoulders because of that injury, because it's a little bit easier for me to push it to the limit if I lighten the weight a little bit. And I've noticed lifting heavy with shoulders, it'll cause that right shoulder to be in a little bit more pain the next day. So that's about it. And you just have to eat enough. You just have to eat enough protein to build like the fundamentals of building whatever body part it is you're trying to build are going to be the same. You've got to challenge the muscle and get somewhat close to failure for a few of your sets. And then you've got to give your body the raw materials that it needs to, so the exercise, the weightlifting sends a signal to your muscle to get bigger and stronger. And then you've got to eat the raw materials that your body needs to build it up, because you can have, I say this all the time, you can have the best workout program in the world, but if you don't eat enough protein, you're not going to build any muscle, because it's impossible. It's like, and this is another analogy that I use all the time. It's like calling a crew out to a job site to build a house. You've got the crew, you've got the tools, you've got the blueprints, but we don't have drywall, we don't have nails, we don't have wood and all that good stuff. It's just physically impossible for it to work. So I'm going to try to look out in the comments if the person that made that comment a few weeks ago is still there. It was like an unrelated video that I just happened to do with my shirt off, and somebody mentioned something about my shoulders. And so yeah, there you go. There's the answer to your question. Like, really, there's usually not a one size fits all answer to questions like this. And also, the answer is usually simpler than people think it is. Like, it just comes down to consistency and the workout or the exercise, or if you're talking about a specific body part, the intensity has to be high enough to send the signal. You have to work out on a consistent basis. Consistency is super, super, super important. And then you have to feed yourself the right things. Stay hydrated, try to stay up on electrolytes, get good rest. It's simple. It's very, very simple, but not necessarily easy for most people. Whoever made that initial comment, if you want to comment again, and I'll give you the little, I'm going to try to look out for the comments. I'll give you a little heart. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to upload this to the other channel, and hopefully maybe try to build that up a little bit so I can make a couple bucks off of that. And then I don't know, who knows, maybe get a couple training clients off of it, online training clients off of it in the future. Who knows? You don't know if you never know if you don't try. So hope this helped. Catch you on the next one.